Here's a report. CNBC, TikTok shares your data more than any other social media app, and it's unclear where it goes, study says. Is this surprising to you guys? TikTok sharing your data more than any other app?
It is. I thought Facebook would be, or Meta would be the guilty one.
Talking about Mark.
Yeah.
Talking about Zuckerberg there. No, he's got your best interest in mind.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm glad.
Don't you dare. Anyway, so this particular study or report was looking specifically at not necessarily data collected, but data collected by third parties granted access into the app that weren't the app themselves. And so it's like you could grant access to tracking within the app to some alternate entity. And many apps do this, but TikTok does it to the greater extent. The study found that YouTube, which is owned by Google, mostly collects your personal data for its own purposes, like tracking your online search history or even your location to serve you relevant ads. But TikTok, owned by ByteDance, mostly allows third-party trackers to collect your data. And from there, it's hard to say what happens. So you can't really tell, I guess, at least in this study, where that data is going and how it's being utilized and by who. With third-party trackers, it's essentially impossible to know who's tracking your data or what information they're collecting from which posts you interact with and how long you spend on each one, to your physical location and any other personal information you share with the app. So there's actually some numbers if you scroll down a little further. This study found that YouTube and TikTok topped all the other social media apps, including Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, Telegram, Twitter. Scroll up a little bit. I think there's a couple more apps. That's all of them. Yeah. It was 10 different social media apps total. Snapchat, Messenger, and WhatsApp were in there as well. And it's over the course of one visit without even being logged into any account, without even having an account. It's already happening. Now, if you guys remember when we had loaded up TikTok on a bunch of phones, we were doing that mini little experiment, and all of a sudden it was changing drastically, quickly, what it was showing us is in an attempt to get us to stop scrolling. Yeah. You recall this experiment? Yeah. Now, anyway, YouTube, who came in second, I believe had 10. Was it 10 total? 10 of YouTube's trackers were first-party network contacts, meaning the platform was tracking user activity for its own purposes. And then 4 of the contacts were from third-party domains, allowing a handful of mystery outside parties to collect information and track user activity. But on TikTok, 13 out of the 14 contacts that were made, tracking contacts, were from third parties. And it even happened when users did not opt in to allow tracking inside of their settings. So, I mean, is anybody, I don't know. I wasn't all that surprised, personally. I was like, this, we
can't win.
Well, the data battle, right? The ongoing war for your attention.
It's also crazy how many of those companies are owned by Meta. Like the list of
and if you combined all of them, then what happens? Maybe that's what Will was doing when he was talking about Mark earlier. He's thinking,
it's too much power.
I got WhatsApp. He's thinking, I got Facebook and Instagram. Now,
Messenger.
You track me across all those 3. But everybody's had this experience where you Googled something and then you got an Instagram ad for it.
Yeah.
Hey, there's your third party. It's a third party.
Instagram ads are good.
Having a party.
Yeah.
But like you Googled it, but then it was like, well, wait, was Instagram inside Google, or was Google, did Google move your data, or what kind of an agreement did they have in place that allows one another to dig in when a user's accessing the alternative service, et cetera? Well, this was what the whole beef was about when Apple tried to limit Facebook's access or prompt users on iOS to opt out of tracking. What's interesting to me here is that TikTok apparently keeps behaving the same way even when you opt out, which is interesting. So I don't know if anybody has any alternative findings, but apparently they have found a way around this particular prompt that users are getting, unless this is on Android or unless once you create an account, things change. Is it because you're using it without an account? I don't know, but I'm sure that this entire conversation has not met its maturity yet. A lot more will be uncovered
Mm-hmm.
in the future.